Hey, what's up guys, TheJordude here, back again with another Shadowverse video. This video is going to be a little bit different than the usual. This is actually going to be my first video doing a collaboration with GameAI. If you guys don't know GameAI, they do a couple of games, not just Shadowverse, but mainly I come here for Shadowverse. They have latest deck lists, they have the tier rankings of decks, take two guides. They have pretty much everything you need to know for Shadowverse. The site is in Japanese, so if you go on Chrome, you could use the translate function, and you could kind of get the gist of what the information is that you're looking for. So in this video, I'm going to be doing kind of like an analysis of the current tier ranking that they have for the decks right now. As we all know, Starforge Legends just came out not too long ago, just a few days now, and they already have a tier ranking for it, so we'll have a look at the decks, and I'll give my kind of like perspective on what I think about them. So, the first deck, Tier 1, feels good, man. We see the OTK Elf. I already had these tabs open actually. So this is the list for OTK Force. Pretty similar to what I've been playing, except I don't run the dungeon crawls. Personally, I don't like the dungeon crawls. They interfere with my goblin mages. They ruin me. They disturb me from winning the game. Like, I have the game won if I had drawn a roach, but instead draw a dungeon crawl. So personally, I don't run the dungeon crawls, but a lot of people do like it. So because it combos well with Spring Green Protection. So yeah, I'm glad to see that OTK Force is finally tier 1, the top tier deck at the moment. Hopefully it's there to stay. But yeah, it's looking good. Cassiopeia is a good addition. Air Barrage, of course, is a good addition to Force. So pretty excited about that. So next up on the tier list, actually another Force deck is second in tier 1. And that is Aggro Force. As you can see, the translation on Google Translate is like kind of iffy, but you get the point, like Aggro Elf. So yeah, this is the Aggro Force list. I posted a video about this deck just not too long ago, and as you can see, they don't have a picture of the deck list, so you have to look at the cards kind of individually. But pretty much, it's exactly the deck that I posted on my video on Aggro Force. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. Pretty strong deck. A lot of people were saying that it seems that they were running out of steam a lot of times, or it didn't feel as good as OTK Roach. I tend to agree. I like OTK Roach a bit better, but this is a current deck right now, and it is seen to be very strong, especially by the Japanese players. So then the third deck in tier 1 is Aggro Sword. As you can see here, Aggro Sword is very strong. I don't recommend playing Vegabound Frog. I think that's just a bit too slow. Like, you're going turn 4, you're doing nothing. I'd rather put that slot into having like Awitas. I like Awitas. This is a lot faster, of course. This deck list actually doesn't have Awitas. But yeah, you're playing a lot of 1-drops that buff up with all your 2-drops. Your 3-drops only have Storm. So yeah, it's a very strong deck, Aggro Sword is right now, because most of your cards can go face as soon as you play it. Angelic Slacker, if your opponent can't deal with the early pressure, Slacker just kills them so much faster. So it is a strong deck, and I agree that it is to be seen as one of the top decks at the moment. And next deck is Mysterious Witch. I'm not too sure what they mean by that. Let's see here. Oh, okay, this is actually the dirt. This is like the grind or dirt. Oh, it doesn't have the end game, so it's kind of like a mid-range dirt deck. I'm not too sure why this is considered tier 1, and especially as the most powerful deck, even higher than Keeper Dragon. It can be updated probably shortly, where Keeper Dragon becomes on top of this, because I definitely don't see this deck as often, and I definitely don't see it as strong as like Keeper Dragon is. So it's kind of interesting, but they do think, I guess, Tempo Dirt as being a strong deck. Original Dragon. Alright, so this is the Keeper Dragon list, right? Yeah. So as we see here, pretty much, I have this list up on my site as well, TheJordude.com. But yeah, you're seeing it right here. Keeper Dragon, probably making a video on this in the near future. Very strong deck. You'll probably see it if you play Constructed. Very powerful. Keeper does a lot of... There's so much. Like clears boards, does chip damage. And then you could cash them all in with your Jabberwock. You have like Storms to end the game. So it's a pretty powerful deck, and definitely see it as a tier 1 deck for sure. And I do believe it's better than like the 5th best deck. I think it's probably up as like the top 3 or something. Next deck here is Midrange Shadow. I actually think they should have Lord Atomy Tyrant Shadow as a tier 1 deck. It doesn't seem like that they do, but they have Midrange Shadow tier 1. I'm not too sure if this will stay as a tier 1 deck. It is solid, like they have a good addition, like Sarus of the Night is a very powerful card. I just really like Lord Atomy Tyrant as a deck at the moment, and I think that's the best Shadow deck to play, memes aside. So Midrange Shadow is up there, and then of course, like in the beginning of every format, Aggro Blood is always very powerful, just because people are testing decks, trying new things, and then Aggro Blood just punishes you for that, because you play any kind of janky card and then you just get burnt down by Aggro Blood. This one's running the Kerberos and Medusa package, so there's more Serpents too. He also has the 3-cost spell that summons 2 Serpents and gives you a card. It's pretty interesting. Also like Angel Knight, so it's a kind of a weird list, but yeah. So I'm not going to go through the rest of the decks. It's just tier 1, tier 2 at the moment. Tier 2 they have, actually I'm not too sure what kind of elf. This looks like Elephant Elf. No, oh no, it's just PTP. Okay, never mind. So they have PTP, Forest, tier 2, mid-range, Sword. I imagine more the Commander version. Transcendental Witch is D-Shift, Ramp Dragon, Lamp Dragon, Nepthys, Shadow, Aegis Haven, and Stormhaven wraps up the tier list. So my overall thoughts are, where's Lord Atomy and Tyrant? Like, it's been seen in JCG tournaments. I guess by the time they posted this, maybe they didn't discover Atomy Tyrant. I think that deck should be up in the list. It's so strong. As you guys might have seen from my stream or in my videos. Other than that, like, I think Keeper Dragon could definitely be in a higher position, maybe up as either the best deck or maybe the second best deck. I like OTK Roach being on the top, however realistically it's probably like the second or third best deck at the moment. I don't think this Dirt Rune is that great of a deck. I haven't really had any rough experiences with it. And Midrange Shadow, I guess it's strong, but I don't think it's a tier 1 deck. Maybe it's just like a top of a tier 2 deck actually. Aggro Vampire will probably fall off after a certain point. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the tier 1. Tier 2, PTP Elf seems okay. I'm not too sure if it's like that great or consistently strong. I'd rather just play like OTK Roach. Midrange Swords, not going to be as good as Aggro Sword. D-Shift is kind of like that kind of meta deck, so it's never really a strong deck to play on ladder. That's why I don't think D-Shift will ever be like a tier 1 ladder deck, because of all the aggro running around. But it could definitely be seeing some play in tournament strategies. And Ramp Dragon, I actually think Ramp Dragon is pretty good, but tier 2 seems to make sense because the Keeper Dragon, it just seems to be a lot stronger. Nepthys Shadow, yeah, seems like in the right spot. And then the Haven seems like it's in the right spot. I don't think Haven hasn't really impressed me that much. There is a Haven list that runs the new 6-cost Legendary, as well as like Cleric Lancers. I'm not too sure if that deck is going to exist like in a couple of weeks, or if it's just something people are... It seems kind of janky to me, but people are playing that deck. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My wrap up on analyzing this current tier list provided by GameAI. So thanks GameAI for letting me use your site and show you guys, the English Shadowverse players, what the meta is at the current moment. So if you guys want to check out these decks, all the deck lists, the tiers, I'll have the link to this website in the description down below, so you could go check that out. And if you like the video and you want to see more of these kind of like meta analysis, meta reviews, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Check me out on my social media links down below. I got my Twitch, Twitter, and all that stuff. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I saw